Good morning. Happy New Year. I just wanted to do a really quick mini lesson for the strategy we're working on the beginning of this week in math. We're using bar models to help us solve word problems. Yesterday, we focused on using it for addition and subtraction. So this is a bar model. And the larger box stands for the whole, which is usually the larger number. And then the two parts at the bottom would add together to make the whole. So we say part plus part equals whole. So we are going to use the UPS check method for our word problem. So U stands for understand. So we're going to read the problem and we're going to kind of figure out what we have to do here. So Miss Mack has 5 pencils. Miss Mazer gives her 6 more. How many pencils does she have in all? Well, we are practicing first finding out asking ourselves, what do we actually have to find out? So we usually like to go to our problem and underline the question. So how many pencils does she have in all? So we're trying to find the total number of pencils. And we have important information. We know that she has 5 and that Miss Mazer gave her 6 more. So we usually like to circle our important information. Now we can go to the P, which is to plan, which just basically means choose your strategy. And we already have our strategy picked out, which is the bar model, the part whole bar model. So we just have to fill in the bar model with what we do know and use a question mark for our unknown. And in this problem, we have to find the total, which means we have to find the whole. So I'm going to put a question mark here because that is our unknown. So I know I'm going to have to add these 2 parts together to get our unknown. And if we go back to the problem, we know that we start with 5 pencils. 6 more are added, and then that should give us our sum. So we solve the problem, and we know that 5 and 5 is 10, so 5 plus 6 must be 11. So now we're just going to check it. Does it make sense? Well, I'm going to write a number sentence and find out. 5 plus 6 equals 11, and that makes sense because when you add numbers, the number gets bigger. So when we are finding our whole, that is a larger number than both of the parts. So now I have understood the problem, I planned the problem, I solved the problem, and I checked the problem. So that was just one little example of how to use a bar model for an addition word problem. We also will use this same type of bar model for subtraction, and I will do a separate video about that at another time. Take care.